This is verse 14, the book of Jude. Jude is continuing to maintain his diatribe against these false teachers who have insinuated themselves into the family of faith. He's compared them variously to clouds without rain, to hidden reefs, or to spots, and other descriptions that he's used in the preceding verses. Now he comes to a very interesting quote from an apocryphal work called Enoch, in which he says, prophetusin. This is from prophetuo, which means to prophesy. The noun prophetes, of course, a little more common in the New Testament, to be a prophet. So prophesied, this is in the third person singular aorist active indicative. So he prophesied, postpositive de, so and or but, he prophesied, kai here. The connective meaning also, so but he also prophesied tutois, demonstrative pronoun in the dative masculine, plural, regarding these, referring back to these false teachers who have come in. He prophesied concerning them. And then who did it? Well, the subject of that verb is Enoch. Of course, rough breather there, so it would be Henoch. And it's referring back to Enoch, of course, in the Old Testament, who is then described as the seventh. So seven here, hebdomos, is an adjective. It agrees, of course, with the noun that it modifies in gender, number, and case. So Enoch, seventh Enoch, or the seventh, apo, from, takes the genitive, Adam, the proper name, genitive, Adam. So Enoch, the seventh from Adam, meaning in a genealogical series. Seventh, of course, would be also suggestive of a perfect number, an ideal number. There may be something of that, but certainly the Old Testament genealogy would put this character Enoch, who walked with God and was not, you know the story there, the seventh in the genealogy from Adam. So Enoch, the seventh from Adam, prophesied, saying, this is legon, from lego I say, this is the masculine, singular, nominative participle, so saying, and then idu, an interjection, means look, eilthen, from erchomai, I come, third person singular, aorist active indicative, he comes, and then kurios, so look, the Lord comes. We don't have the definite article there, but it would certainly be inserted for a decent translation. There's a little doubt that what Jude means here is not a Lord or simply a master, but the Lord. So look, the Lord comes. In, preposition, can mean among, and that's probably the sense here. So in or among takes the dative. So we have the dative noun here is muriasin. Literally myriads, a limitless number. It's sometimes rendered in old translations 10,000, but that's not really the sense of it. It's not a particular number, a distinct number. 10,000 was basically as high as they could count, so it was a way of pointing toward an infinite number or an incalculable number. Myriads, and then the hagios, so the hagios of the holy ones. So among, in the dative here, myriads of holy ones, autu of him. So the Lord comes surrounded by, or in the midst of, a limitless number of holy ones. The holy ones here probably referring to heavenly creatures, heavenly beings, as opposed to saints. It's sometimes translated saints, but the word itself, you can see, means holy ones, and seems to suggest more a heavenly host that might be accompanying him. And of course the sentence stops midstream here, so we're going to hear what Enoch actually prophesied. The book of Enoch was probably written in the 2nd and 1st centuries, maybe by multiple authors. This is a quote that we're going to have in the next verse, or actually have part of it in this verse, which is found very early in the book, really in the first chapter of a fairly lengthy book. It purports to be written by Enoch. It was commonly used and widely respected in the 1st century, and indeed in Christian history in the first 2 or 3 centuries. While it was never really competing for canonical status, It was widely regarded as a reliable document, and many believed it was actually penned by Enoch himself. By the time we get to the 4th and 5th century, basically, the book had been lost entirely. There was no reference to it or copy of it available until it was rediscovered in the 19th century, and since then it's been the subject of some scholarly interest. I'll leave aside the degree to which we attach significance to it based on Jude quoting it here, but one way or another, Jude seems to hold it in high esteem and uses it as the authority upon which he's basing his current campaign of criticism against these antinomian invaders of the Christian fellowship.